Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are going to be discussing the cancelled plot for the Ninjago movie that Ninjago fans never got the chance to see. The finalized version of the Ninjago movie is something that a lot of Ninjago fans are kind of split on, and they have been divided on this subject for many years. Some Ninjago fans really like the movie, some Ninjago fans really don't, and no matter how you feel about the Ninjago movie, that's totally okay in my book. But me personally, I really enjoyed the Ninjago movie for what it was. However, the original plot for the Ninjago movie was originally extremely different than what we ended up getting for the final rendition of the film. And in today's video, my goal is to explore that older, scrapped plot point that, in my opinion, probably would have connected to more already existing Ninjago fans, and it would have made the community feel less divisive as a result. Just keep in mind, this is not a news video, nor is it trying to be. This is just a video exploring the older concepts for the LEGO Ninjago movie and discussing what could have been. So initially, the Ninjago movie was planned to be a time travel movie, as mentioned by a lot of people that actually worked on the movie. And this is a very rough concept as to what that time travel movie could have looked like. The plot would have basically involved the ninja traveling back in time to try to stop Garmadon from being bitten by a giant snake that corrupted him, that giant snake most definitely being the Great Devourer. And of course, we have this scene right here, the dock, which was ultimately deleted from the final movie as it did not make much sense in the finalized film. However, you can watch the full deleted scene. Like I said, it is available on the behind the scenes Blu-ray special features, and it's also available on YouTube in pretty high quality. You can find it pretty easily on YouTube and on other online sources. Lloyd here looks to be pretty much the same as his finalized Ninjago movie counterpart, except for the green eyes and some other minor differences that were changed for the final film. But what I really find interesting about this scene and this unused concept for the Ninjago movie is the design that they had for Garmadon. Obviously not finalized, but this was to be a younger Garmadon, using Cole's hairpiece and a facial structure that is very similar to the Garmadon that we know and love. Like, just by looking at this face and the way it moves, that very much looks like Garmadon to me. Obviously, they would have encountered a younger Master Wu as well, and overall, this scene is trying to depict Lloyd attempting to try to communicate with Garmadon, explain what they need to do in order to prevent him from becoming evil, without, of course, fully explaining what he needs to do, as that would probably disrupt the time stream or whatever. Not sure how time travel would have worked in this movie if the time travel plot were to have been finalized, but I do think that plot would have been interesting to see, and as you can see as well, the animation here is very LEGO movie-esque. The animation being near final here is an indicator of how far this plot was originally going to go. This was going to be a time travel movie at one point in time, and I almost feel like the Ninjago movie would have benefited a little bit more from being a time travel story. Not sure what they would have done for Ninjago Season 7, but I'm sure they would have figured that out eventually. Maybe time travel still could have been worked into the plot of the TV show, but still, I love the idea of Lloyd trying to connect with his father, even though his father doesn't really know who Lloyd is. As mentioned from the behind-the-scenes commentary, in this sequence, Lloyd is just assumed by Garmadon to be a warrior from another village, not his son. So the final themes of the movie about fatherhood and trying to connect with your family, those themes still would have been prevalent in this version of the movie, but they would have been under different circumstances. Instead of Lloyd trying to connect with present-day Garmadon, he probably would have connected with this version of Garmadon, and when he came back to the future, everything probably would have been fine between him and his family. I feel like that's the plot that would have been proposed for this version of the Ninjago movie, and in a way, I really wish that we would have seen this version of the movie and not the movie that we got. I still love the final version of the Ninjago movie though, don't get me wrong, but this would have just been so much cooler in my opinion, and this is kind of a missed opportunity in my humble opinion once again. We also have some more behind the scenes content featuring some concept art for the scrapped time travel version of the Ninjago movie. We have this snowy atmosphere right here, a couple of other smaller little pieces of concept art. This was allegedly going to be the giant snake, which again I'm just going to assume was going to be the Great Devourer just because that would tie it into the show and that would make sense to Ninjago fans. And I also really love the concept that they had for the younger Garmadon. I think that looks fantastic. Again, using Cole's hairpiece, but I think it works really well for Garmadon. Not sure if Cole would have had the same hair, but it's very likely that he would have. We do have some more behind the scenes stuff for the Ninjago movie that was eventually scrapped, and like the canceled time travel plot, we did indeed have a sequence that was fully animated, or at least nearly fully animated, and it's this scene right here with Lloyd and Wu at the bridge trying to get into this temple somehow. Now, I'm not sure if this was still connected to the time travel plot. This seems like it would have been more so following the plot of the final Ninjago movie, but still, we got Wu looking very Master Wu-esque, and what I think Ninjago fans would have appreciated is that Lloyd here looks very much like Lloyd from the Ninjago TV show. His design is not as drastic of a change as it was for the final rendition of the Ninjago movie. It is very faithful to the TV show counterpart. In fact, it looks near identical. Same hairpiece, same eye color, very similar eyebrows, eyebrows. This would have been very close to how Lloyd actually appeared in the show, and I feel like that would have made a lot of Ninjago fans happy because, of course, the design changes were a huge reason as to why Ninjago fans did not like the movie. Master Wu looks more or less the same, but this sequence was almost fully animated as well. Very awesome fight scene between Lloyd and whoever these guys are on the bridge. They look to be some type of early rendition of maybe the Vermilion Warriors, who's really to say, but then again, that was more of a TV show concept. But still, you can see here that Lloyd looks very similar to his Ninjago TV show counterpart, but I still understand why they changed the design a little bit later to look a little bit more unique for the movie. But still, they originally were going to have the designs from the show be carried into the movie, which I find to be extremely fascinating. We also have a lot of other concept art for the Ninjago movie that was ultimately scrapped. A lot of those designs and concepts, though, are for the final rendition of the movie, and not the time travel plot that would have made the Ninjago movie extremely different. Speaking of the time travel plot, though, like I said earlier in the video, I'm not really sure if the Ninjago TV series would have done something different with season 7. Maybe they would have tied into it a little bit more. Maybe the entirety of 2017 would have been a time travel year for Ninjago. But then again, the original release date for the Ninjago movie was in 2016, before season 7 had even come out. So I almost wonder if when the Ninjago movie dropped their time travel plot in favor of a more simplistic Ninjago movie, if the Ninjago TV show picked up the time travel plot just from the movie. Like I said though, I think it totally could have worked for the context of the Ninjago movie. Those themes of family and fatherhood are still present in this version of the story as opposed to the final rendition. The final version of the movie is a little bit more simplistic though, that's for sure, and I feel like a lot of common criticisms that the actual Ninjago movie received would have still been presented towards this version of the movie as well. Especially with the overall focus being on Lloyd and his family, with the other ninja probably just operating in the background, not really doing much of anything at all. I still feel like that criticism would have been alive and well with this rendition of the movie. However, we can't really say for sure because again, this version of the movie was never ultimately produced, though I feel like it should be. If the Ninjago movie ever gets a sequel one day, which it totally won't, let's be honest with ourselves, I feel like a time travel story focusing on something like this would be beneficial for this theoretical Ninjago movie 2 to tackle. But like I said, we are probably never going to be seeing the Ninjago movie 2, nor will we ever see this time travel plot for the Ninjago movie series, even though it does seem like something extremely awesome. Unfortunately though, it's only been lost to time, ironically, and we will probably never see a fully realized version of this tale. However, with that being said guys, that'll pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here. Thank you so very much for watching this video. Feel free to leave all of your guys' comments down below regarding what you thought of this plot point, and do you think the Ninjago movie would have been better with this plot in mind? And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed today's video, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again very soon. Peace.